Eulogy made simple. Step 1. A moment for yourself. So you have to deliver a eulogy very soon. I'm here to give you an easy step-by-step tutorial on how to write a eulogy. One that's simple to write and that will be well delivered. So it will be memorable and appreciated for years to come. I'm a eulogy consultant. I'll show you how to write and deliver a great eulogy in 6 simple steps. Let me walk you through the entire process. It will be my honor. First, let me express my condolences for your loss. I've never met you, but I know how you feel, as I've delivered many eulogies myself, for family and others. Let me help you write the best eulogy you can and offer my help in how to deliver the eulogy. It may seem overwhelming at first, so I've broken the process down into 6 simple steps. In this first video, I'll cover the first step. Step 1. Take a moment for yourself. It's been agreed that you will deliver the eulogy. You may feel overwhelmed. You may need to contact family and friends about the sad news. You may be involved in funeral arrangements, and you're in an emotional state. And now you have to write a eulogy. So the first thing you need to do is take a moment for yourself. Sit down with both feet flat on the floor. Hands on thighs, neck and shoulders slightly back. Make sure that you won't be disturbed. And allow yourself to gently close your eyes. Think of a time in the past when you felt calm, clear, and focused. It may be a real time or an imaginary time. Pretend that you are back in that time. See what you saw then. Hear what you heard then. Feel how good you felt then. Feel good about what you will be doing. Everyone at the funeral wants to remember the one who is gone. And you're going to help them do exactly that. They'll be glad you spoke. Everyone wants you to do well. It's unlike any other speech except a wedding speech. No one will criticize you or challenge you. Instead, everyone will be friendly and sympathetic. They'll be in your corner all the way because you will be helping them process and give meaning to it all. That it's not about death, but about a life well lived and well remembered by loved ones. Write and deliver a eulogy that will be fitting, appreciated, and remembered for years to come. I'm here to help you. It's simple. I'll show you how. In the next 5 videos, I'll cover steps 2 through 6. Step 2 is called What Kind of Eulogy? Please go now to Step 2. Thanks for watching. Eulogy made simple. Step 2. What kind of eulogy? This is step 2 on my video series on how to write and deliver a great eulogy in 6 simple steps. I'll walk you through the entire process in this 6-part video series. This is step 2 in the series. Step 2 is to ask, what kind of eulogy? There are 2 basic kinds of eulogy you can deliver. One is a short biography. Here, you tell the highlights of a person's life in chronological order. The other kind of eulogy is the personal view. Here, you tell stories, memories, and recollections of the person.
You can also express your feelings for them, your beliefs about them, and voice your love and good wishes for them.
Here's an example of a biographical eulogy.
May Freudenberg was born Saturday, February 16, 1895, in New York City. Her parents were members of the Scandinavian Evangelical Lutheran Trinity Church in downtown Jersey City. May was a member of Trinity for most of her life, and her children were all baptized there. Also, many of her grandchildren. She taught Sunday school and was a member of the Glad Chanesta. For about 15 years, May was a volunteer of services to the Lutheran home on Nelson Avenue in Jersey City. On the 95th anniversary of Trinity, May received a certificate of recognition for her years of faithful service to the church.
That was an example of a biographical eulogy. Now, here's an example of a personal view eulogy.
Thank you for all coming to today's celebration of Dad's life. My dad was the kindest, gentlest, most compassionate person I've ever known. I've never heard him say a single mean or unkind thing. I don't think he had those types of thoughts. Everything that Dad did was designed to unite people, to pacify and bring people together. Relationships are what meant the most to Dad. His relationships with people, his family, friends, workmates, and his relationship with God. I remember 3 years ago at my marriage to Linda, Dad drove his 25-year-old Holden Kingswood to our home in Victoria. The old engine gave up the ghost. Dad walked the 6 miles into town on his badly arthritic feet. Dad never sought greatness, only goodness. Today, I am proud to say I am Dad's son.
See how these 2 kinds of eulogies contrasted? It helps to know that there are these 2 kinds, the biographical and the personal. So you can think out which one that you would prefer to deliver. These 2 kinds may obviously overlap. A biography can include personal memories, and a personal view may include biographical details. You can even have a 50-50 combination. You can choose either kind or a combination. It's up to you. There is no right choice. There is no wrong choice.
Don't forget, you can share the eulogy. 2 or 3 family members can each speak in turn. Each can deliver their own eulogy. You don't have to do it alone, all by yourself. You can share the task. And if one eulogy is biographical, the other can be a personal view. And if you are the only one delivering the eulogy, also don't forget, you can collect information from other family members
and include them in your eulogy. So you speak not just for yourself, but for the family. And you represent all of the family's viewpoints. Ask around. Don't rest it all on your shoulders.
Now on to step 3 of this video tutorial. Step 3 is entitled Collecting Your Building Blocks. Notes and further resources for this tutorial series can be found by clicking here. I hope this tutorial is of help to you. Thanks for watching. Eulogy made simple. Step 3. Collect your building blocks.
This is step 3 in my video tutorial on how to write a eulogy.
These are steps 1 and 2 that we've just covered.
Step 3 is to collect your building blocks. We will now collect our building blocks for the eulogy. Now, what do I mean by building blocks? They are the raw information about the person. They can be facts, memories, anecdotes, stories, quotes, in fact, anything relating to or reminding you of the person. You'll be collecting as many of these building blocks as you can. At this stage, don't edit or leave anything out. Include everything that comes to mind.
Jot it all down. It may be clear to you now, but you may soon forget. Include material you don't think you can use or you don't agree with.
We'll collect more than what we can use, and we will later assess, edit, and organize what we've collected. So for now, our task at hand in this step is just collection. Write it down as much as we can.
It can be as simple as saying, I love you and miss you. And your eulogy will then expand on those words.
To help you relax and connect with the person who has died,
we can do a guided meditation.
It's entitled, Connecting with the Person Who Has Died.
To connect with our memories of them, that is. To bring our dormant memories to the surface.
Again, find a place where you won't be disturbed. Sit back straight with your hands on your lap. And allow yourself to gently close your eyes. See yourself at a time in the past when you felt calm, clear, and focused. Place yourself back there. See what you saw then. Hear what you heard then. Feel how good you felt then. Now, in your mind's eye, picture the face of the special person. See them calm and happy. Imagine they look young and healthy. See that they are smiling at you. Show them a happy face, a calm face. Notice the love in their eyes for you. And they want you to know that everything is now all right. Take time to enjoy your sense of connection. Let it grow inside you. If you are doing this along with the video, feel free to stop this video now and come back later. Welcome back. Now, write it all down. Let the words flow. Pause this video again if you need to.
To help in remembering the person, here's the system I use.
For a biographical eulogy, you'll be seeing the view from on high, as though you're floating in a balloon above. See the person's life laid out below you in pictures and videos.
You will see that there are times that are important,
that are key, interesting, or just funny. We want to write all of these down. To help you cover all significant events, here's a brief list. For a personal view eulogy, we collect stories, anecdotes, memories, and feelings. To help you recall these, here's a list of questions. One very important point. You are not alone. Collaborate when you collect your building blocks. Get help. Phone family and friends. They'll give you new ideas and information, things you never knew about them when they were alive. You can hold a meeting with key family members. When face to face, family will trigger memories off of each other, and you'll create more as a group than you ever could alone. Differences may arise about the character or the facts about the person. In my next video, Step 4, I'll explain how to resolve these differences if they arise. But for now, just write down everything, whether you agree with it or not. At the end of this step, you'll have lots of building blocks to work with, more than you can use. In the next video, we will create a memorable eulogy from the building blocks that you have gathered,
from the notes that we have made. Now on to the next step of this eulogy tutorial series, Step 4. Step 4 is entitled Bring Them Together. Notes and resources for this series can be found by clicking here. Thanks for watching.
Eulogy made simple. Step 4. Bring them together. This is Step 4 of my video tutorial on how to write and deliver a great eulogy in 6 simple steps.
We've already covered steps 1, 2, and 3 here.
Step 4 is called Bring Them Together. You have now collected a lot of information, what I call the building blocks. We'll now bring this information together in an organized way. I'll show you how. They'll form the body of the eulogy, or the middle. Every eulogy has 3 parts.
A beginning, which is an introduction or an opening. A middle, which is the body of the speech. And an end, which is the summation or closing remarks.
A eulogy is just like any other speech, and all speeches follow this format. We'll work on the middle first, where most of the building blocks will go. Write out your eulogy, word for word. This is the best way,
so you can read it out at the funeral or service.
Having it all written out means someone else can read it for you if necessary. And very importantly, the eulogy is recorded for posterity, so future generations can read and know about the person. You can still go off script. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. If you feel inspired, you can add new thoughts that you need to express as you read the eulogy
on the day of the funeral or service.
Before we start, some building blocks may contradict each other. This is because you may have collected information from different family members, and not all may agree about the person. The disagreements could be over facts or character. If it's over facts, make the facts vague. If it's over character, it's important to acknowledge the differing views and not exclude anyone.
While we don't want to misrepresent the person, we do want to look beyond any faults to search for those good words. A eulogy means to speak well or good of someone. We want to honor the memory of the person, to speak in tribute to what they have contributed to our lives. The other key aspect of the eulogy is to comfort the grieving, to bring solace to those who are mourning. If there are disagreements about faults,
a quick indirect comment is often all that is needed, followed immediately by a loving comment.
Or any faults can be mentioned humorously, in a loving and endearing way.
This may well satisfy everyone. By acknowledging everyone's point of view, you make the eulogy inclusive, which you should. So, before us now are many building blocks, more than you can use in a 5 to 7 minute eulogy, the recommended length. Sit back and look at all of this information. It's clear that some blocks must be included in the eulogy, so we include those. For what's left, we ask ourselves a few questions. First, what's important to give a rounded view of the person? We add these to the eulogy. Next, we ask, did we miss anything about the person's life, such as their career? If we did, include that. Then we ask, what will make the eulogy warmer, funnier, more loving? Include these. Finally, ask, am I missing a different point of view? Again, for balance, add that. The eulogy should make everyone feel included. Any faults can be mentioned indirectly or just hinted at if it is appropriate. From the building blocks we've selected to use, we then arrange them in some natural order, so it kind of flows logically from block to block. We then join the blocks with connecting phrases.
Examples of these phrases are shown here. More can be found in the guidebook upon which this video series is based. To find this guidebook, please click here.
We now only have to add a beginning and an end. For the beginning, we could say, thank you for coming. We could then give our relationship to the person
And say what a sad day it is,
as well as a day for celebrating a life. For the ending, we could sum up the person's qualities, say how much they'll be missed, thank the helpers,
and invite people back for sharing and refreshments if there is a reception. The guidebook I mentioned before has more templates for the opening and closing remarks.
There you have it, a funeral speech with a beginning, a middle, and an end. Although there are no rules here,
5 to 7 minutes is a good minimum duration for a eulogy, especially if there's more than one speaker. If you are the only speaker, a longer duration is better. If it is too short, those who traveled far or who took time off work may be left with a sense of, is that all there is?
we now have a well-prepared, written eulogy, but we're not done yet. There are 2 more important steps. In the next video, I'll cover the next one, Step 5, rehearse and refine.
For more information on these steps and examples of real live eulogies, go to my website by clicking here. I hope this video series is of some help to you. Thank you for watching. Eulogy made simple. Step 5. Rehearse and refine.
This is step 5 in my video series on how to write and deliver a great eulogy in 6 simple steps.
We've already covered steps 1 through 4 here.
Step 5 is called Rehearse and Refine. We now have a written eulogy. It may not be perfect, but there is time to edit.
Despite best efforts, it will never be 100% perfect. No one expects it to be. At some point, allow yourself time to put the editing aside so that you can focus on how you feel about the person.
Double space the lines of the eulogy. That makes it easier to keep your place when you read. The next step is to rehearse. You spent all this time writing the eulogy. Now make your delivery a great one. Practice the eulogy to iron out the kinks. Here are a few ways to rehearse. Read out the eulogy silently in your head. Next, we can read the eulogy out loud.
The message Mother would want for us to receive this day is to rejoice and be happy, for today she is free of pain and finally home. Home with many other departed loved ones. Remember her with love and kindness. Do not feel sorrow. Ma's fishing the best waters of them all now. Happy fishing, Ma.
You can record yourself and listen back.
There is a quote from the movie Prince of Tides. It applies to Dick. To paraphrase it, it is in the presence of my wife and children that I acknowledge my life, my destiny. I am a husband and a father and a well-loved man, and that is more than enough.
Adding quotes adds warmth and interest. So add the words of others that speak to you. You could also record yourself on video and play it back. Another way to rehearse is to read it to someone.
Dad joined the Navy during the war. I once asked him what was the nearest he came to dying. He said his ship was torpedoed at night, and he had to take his first ever saltwater swim. He said he swallowed diesel oil and almost drowned.
Personal stories add flavor. They bring us closer to the person. One of the best ways to rehearse is to watch a movie of yourself in your mind's eye. See yourself in a movie successfully delivering the eulogy. Again, sit with feet flat on the floor, hands on thighs, back straight. Allow yourself to close your eyes. And once again, you see yourself at a time in the past when you were calm, clear, and focused. It can be a real time or an imaginary time. Go back to that time. See what you saw then. Hear what you heard then. Feel how good you felt then. While keeping those good feelings, see yourself in a movie. It stars you.
It is a movie of you on the day of the funeral or service.
You are also the movie director. You decide that you do everything right in this movie, just because you can. See yourself called up at the service to read the eulogy. You are calm, confident, and breathing naturally. You walk up to the podium. See yourself successfully delivering the eulogy. The words of the eulogy naturally flow off the page as you read the words you so carefully crafted. You look up at the audience. You see yourself connecting with them. And as you speak, you see that they are moved by your words. They are appreciative of what you have to say. At the end, they come up to you. They thank you for what you have said and for what you have done. Now, hold on to those good feelings that you have
and step into the movie. Become the person you've just watched. See it through your own eyes, as though you were actually there. Hear it through your own ears. Feel how uplifting it is to be there. Now, start the movie again from the beginning.
Feel how good it feels to do everything right and for everything to go well. You can linger in the movie. Take your time and stay with those good feelings. Do this as often as you need. This is my favorite way to rehearse. It's how I myself rehearse when I am delivering a eulogy.
In my next and last video, I cover the actual day of the service. This video is Step 6, Delivering the Eulogy. For more information on Step 5, and to find examples of real, live eulogy mistakes, please click here. Now, on to Step 6, entitled Delivering the Eulogy. Thanks for watching.
Eulogy Made Simple. Step 6. Delivering the Eulogy. This is the final video in my 6-part tutorial on how to write and deliver a great eulogy in 6 simple steps.
Here are the first 5 steps that we've already covered. Please feel free to go back and review them at any time. Please click here.
The last step is Step 6, Delivering the Eulogy. So, you've arrived on the final day. Find out where you'll be speaking. Check to see the microphone and lectern, so that there will be no last-minute surprises. If there is no microphone, be prepared to speak louder. Stand behind the lectern, if there is one, to get a feel of the place. Before you speak, take time for yourself, if only for a few minutes. Find somewhere quiet where you'll be undisturbed. Sit quietly and breathe slowly and deeply. Relax. If time allows, mentally rehearse. And if right for you, say a prayer. Connect with your higher power. Ask and receive guidance and help for the important task at hand. Here's a checklist for the day. Know when to leave to allow plenty of time to get there. Have 2 copies of the eulogy with you.
Bring a bottle of water, tissue paper, and a pen.
Leave time for yourself to center, reflect, and pray. Leave time for any last-minute rehearsal. Finally, be aware of the huge difference your words will make today. Give yourself permission to take your time in reading the eulogy. You may feel under pressure from the day, but do not rush reading the eulogy. Here's an example of where the speaker speaks too fast.
My mother didn't have the benefit of a school education, but she was the smartest person I've ever known. She had a high school diploma, but a PhD in life, and yet another in love. She loved us unconditionally. Her entire life was devoted to us. I mourn her passing. For the first time in my life, I will face a Mother's Day without my beloved mother. Today, I am happy to tell you my mama is dancing in victory before the Lord.
That was a competent delivery, but it wasn't great. Give yourself permission to take your time in reading the eulogy.
Your words express emotions.
It takes time for you to process those emotions. And more importantly, it takes time for your audience to process those emotions too. So read the eulogy slower. Feel along with it as you hear your own words. Pause when you need to. You are feeling when you are reading, and you carry the audience along with you. Let's do this again.
My mother didn't have the benefits of a school education, but she was the smartest person I've ever known. She had a high school diploma, but a PhD in life, and yet another in love. She loved us unconditionally. Her entire life was devoted to us. I mourn her passing. For the first time in my life, I will face a Mother's Day without my beloved mother. Today, I am happy to tell you my mama is dancing in victory before the Lord.
Did you feel the difference? A slower, heartfelt delivery has more impact. So read it slowly and feel the words as you speak. Your audience will thank you for it. When you get to the lectern, don't just dive in. Take a second look at the audience. See all the faces. Acknowledge them. They want you to help them remember and honor the person. They want you to succeed, and you will, because you are well prepared. Let your words lift them. And as you speak, remember, it's not about performing or impressing.
It's about sharing and remembering and feeling.
Let it come from your heart. Let your heart speak. It's also okay to show emotion. When you feel your emotions, you give others permission to feel theirs. Let the emotions pass. Take a few deep breaths. Find your place again, and continue. You can always have the support of another person. They can always read the eulogy if you can't, but just knowing you have backup will give you confidence to complete the eulogy yourself, and you will be glad that you did. And remember, appropriate humor has its place. After all, it's also a day of celebration. Laughter, as well as tears, is very much a part of any eulogy. Congratulations on your eulogy.
It will have a lasting effect, more than you can imagine.
I acknowledge you for your commitment and love. Thank you for watching this series. It has been an honor to help in any way.